Hey guys, I'm Becky from Book Reviews, and welcome to another reading vlog. Today it is Tuesday, August 18th, I believe. Yes, that is accurate. And this week is the Bout of Books readathon. This is one of my favorite readathons. I always participate. The whole goal of this readathon is to just read as much as you can in 1 week. There are no prompts or challenges or anything. It's just to read. So this is something that was very much needed. I need a nice, relaxing readathon. Today I look like a hot mess express. I mean, honestly, when don't I? But I've just gotten home from work. Today was very, very long. It was my last day in the building for the next 2 weeks. The rest of the time I'll be working from home. Thank goodness, because I'm telling you, these patrons are just trying my patience. Right now our library is only open for curbside pickup, and we have a remote computer lab set up where it's 1 hour appointments. It must be an appointment, but the things that these people are trying to do in an hour is pretty much impossible. And also the things that patrons are getting upset about is just asinine. Like today I had a patron who was mad at me because he has a flash drive full of hundreds of folders that contain thousands of documents, and he is having a hard time finding a single document because he doesn't know where it's at. Why is that my fault again? You tell me. Needless to say, I'm very happy to be home and no longer having to interact with people because I just can't deal anymore. So as soon as I got home, I changed into pajamas and I'm ready to relax and read. I'm definitely going to be having a glass of wine tonight. Man. But now let's talk about the reading that we'll be doing this week. I have 3 books that I would like to read this week, if not more, but the goal is 3. The first one is one of my book club books. This is the bonus book, and it is A Very Large Expanse of Sea by Tahereh Mafi. I started this yesterday, and we'll talk about it in a second. The other book I want to read is the official book club book, and that is Nowhere But Here by Katie McGarry. This will be a reread for me. I'm so excited. I love, love, love Katie McGarry, and I really love the Thunder Road? Some kind of thunder series. It's so good. And the last book I would like to try to read, which is like lower priority, is Midnight Sun by Stephanie Meyer. My copy just came on Saturday? I think it was Saturday. My copy just came and I would like to read it. I'm feeling a bit like I want to read it, but at the same time I don't. I started it on Sunday and I read 22 pages of it, which is chapter 1, which is something that I slightly forgot about Twilight, is that the chapters are so freaking long. And I feel like they're even longer than original Twilight because we're getting all this like added stuff. But I don't really know how to feel about it. I liked it. I will say that I'm liking Edward a lot more than I did in Twilight right now. I feel like it's more later stuff when I'm like, I don't like you, Edward. Which is hilarious because originally I was a Team Edward fan. I mean, between him and Jacob, I'm definitely still a Team Edward fan, but like I was always obsessed with him, and now rereading it as an adult, I'm like, ew. But the writing feels a lot better than Twilight. I felt the same way when I read Twilight, Life and Death. But the problem is that not too long ago, I reread Twilight, then I reread Twilight, Life and Death, which is exactly Twilight, but opposite gender roles and a different ending, and now we're reading Midnight Sun, which is exactly Twilight, but from Edward's point of view, and it's like, how many times am I going to reread Twilight? Yeah, I think if I end up not being in the mood to read Midnight Sun, I want to read it right now just because I feel like everyone's reading it right now, but I'm also just not in the mood to read it, so I may decide to just like push it until I feel like it, or maybe like slowly read it for like the rest of 2020. But if that's the case, then I may pick up something else. I also have other books I would love to get to, so we may read those if we end up finishing everything. So let's talk about what reading I did yesterday, which was a lot. Actually, I think majority was done after midnight, so we'll see. We'll find out together. Okay, yes, just kidding. I did a lot of reading after midnight, not a whole lot before, but I did read 68 pages of A Very Large Expanse of Sea by Tahira Mafi yesterday, and then I read 212 more pages after midnight. So I'm really liking this, you guys. I heard a lot of negative reviews for this book because they said that it focused too much on romance when it should have focused more on her experience, and they thought that it was going to be a lot more about her experience after 9/11 and not so much her having a romance. I highly disagree. I think that this book is really freaking good. The whole point of this book, and maybe my opinion would be different if I didn't go into it knowing it was going to be very heavily romance, but the whole point of this book is the things that she deals with on a daily basis because of 9/11, just because she wears a hijab. And her brother, even though it's her brother and he should also get crap, he hardly gets any, because at the heart of this book, it's everything that she has to deal with every day. It's her trying to live a normal life and trying to just be a normal person who is looked at because she's pretty and not because they think that she's a terrorist. Somebody who wants to fall in love with somebody and not worry what people will say about it. The fact that people are complaining that this is like too romance heavy, the point of this book is to have a girl who has so much crap to deal with that she can't even find love. So I say that those people are just ignorant. I'm sorry, but this book is really good. I'm really enjoying it. If you're somebody who doesn't really care for romance, then you might not like this book, but I think it's great. I love it so much. And it's not just like this stuff is happening and then there's also a romance. Like, it's very intertwined into, she's like, we can't date because people will call you names for dating me. She's very afraid of what people will say and do to her because of all of the experiences that she's had. So those people are crazy. This is amazing, and it will be finished today because I have 30 pages left. I'm also pretty sure that this is my first Tahira Mafi book. No, I never read Shatter Me. Yes, I own the first book. So after reading this, I think I may give Shatter Me a shot. I've always wanted to read it, and then I was like, I don't know anymore. But this is really good. So if I don't read Shatter Me, I still will read more by her because top notch, people, top notch. Right now it is 6:40. I'm going to eat some food, watch Blue Bloods, wait for my husband to get home, try to relax, de-stress, etc., because God, today was just so long. Hey guys, it is Wednesday. Last night I did finish A Very Large Expanse of Sea by Tahira Mafi. This was amazing. I think I'm gonna give it 5 out of 5 stars. I just really loved it. I liked the ending even though it was very open-ended, and I just thought this was fantastic. Then after midnight I did start another book, so I started Storm by Bridget Kemmerer. It is so good. I really freaking like this book so far. I'm hoping that it's amazing and that I can continue on with the series. It is so good. I'm reading this for my newts for the Magical Readathon. I originally planned on probably physically reading this book, but the audiobook is really good, so I'm unsure which way to go. I think that the narrator's voice is really nice. It's not exactly how I would picture the voices in my head, so that's where I'm kind of like, should I physically read it or should I just keep listening to the audiobook? Because it is still really good. But so far I'm so hooked. It's so interesting. It's completely up my alley, like the perfect paranormal romance for me. So I'm very excited about that. And then I do have plans today to start physically reading Nowhere But Here by Katie McGarry for book club. We're doing good things with reading. Now, to address the elephant in the room, do I look less of a hot mess than yesterday? Not really, but at least you guys know that I'm clean as I'm letting my hair dry. Right now I'm technically working, but for the rest of the day I'm prepping for book club, which means I'm allowed to read. So, am I gonna read right away? I don't know. Am I going to read at some point? Absolutely. So I'm technically not lying. But right now I'm going to take a lunch break. I didn't take a lunch break at the time that I designated on my timesheet, so I'm definitely taking one now. I am hungry. So I have some delicious mini tacos to eat. I'm gonna watch some Blue Bloods, just kind of relax, chill out. It's gonna be great. At 7, I am hosting a reading sprint for Bout of Books, so I will be doing that, which I'm very excited for. It's this is the first time that I'm hosting a reading sprint, and I'm using it as practice because I want to do reading sprints for my book bite-a-thon, which is in October. So I'm very, very excited. So today it's at 7, and then I think I'm doing one on Saturday night / Sunday morning, which is gonna be at like 1 o'clock in the morning. So for those night owls like me who are doing their bulk of the reading in the wee morning hours, that will be for us. And now I'm just going to eat and relax. All right, guys, done my hair. No longer a piece of trash. So I've watched the last 2 episodes of season 10 of Blue Bloods. Unfortunately, the show is over. I don't think it's over forever. I want to say that the last episode I watched was probably filmed before the pandemic, which means there may be more for this season, but also maybe not, because the way the last episode could have been a season finale, because it is like a bigger deal of an episode, but who knows. I don't think the show's over for good. I'll have to look into that, but my husband came home and got me an Oreo ice cap. Guys, I love, love, love Tim Hortons Oreo ice caps. I love Tim Hortons. It's my favorite coffee place. I've recently been buying their bag coffee, but now I can't find the Oreo creamer. So he got me one of these because I've just been dying. But now it's time to do some reading. I went and grabbed my copy of Nowhere But Here. I love that it's black and gold. My even more favorite part is that it is a floppy hardcover. Just opens up so nicely. Love it, love it. For my bookmark, I'm going to use this one, which I believe is, I think, Azriel from Daughter of Smoke and Bone. I love these bookmarks, as you guys know, use them all the freaking time, but this guy reminds me a little bit of our main character in this book, who is also a badass, so seems fitting. So I'm just gonna get nice and cozy here on the couch, start reading, cannot wait. And I also really can't wait to get back to Storm, so I also have plans to read more of that today as well. But I will see you guys later. I'll probably check in either before or after or both of my Twitter sprint for Bout of Books, so I'll see you guys later. Hey guys, so I'm on page 40, and for one, I'm so happy to be rereading this book. I loved it so much, and I'm loving it so much now. It's just so good. I don't want to give anything away if you haven't read this book, and if you haven't, please do. It's amazing. But right now it is about 6 o'clock. I am going to go and get my Surface and start prepping for my Twitter sprint. I'm so excited. I cannot wait. I've already planned out what I want to do and how I want the hour to run. So I'm going to get my laptop, download TweetDeck, because I don't think I have on this new computer, and get things prepared. I'm so excited. So I just went and got my Surface Pro, but I realized I don't think I've ever talked about it here on this channel, as I did invest some money at Redbubble to get some stickers to decorate the back of my Surface Pro, so I wanted to show that to you guys. So first up, we have this really nice sticker of my logo that I had made on Redbubble. I love it so much. It turned out so nice. Then we have a spider web, because you guys know I love spooky stuff. We have this really cool crescent moon with Hogwarts in it. Down here we have a skeleton hand holding a rose, which I'm obsessed with. And on this side we have the same thing, just upside down. And then the whole reason I got on Redbubble and found these stickers is because of this one. I wanted something for the window, how some people do with the apple shape on Apple computers. And I saw this and was obsessed, and it looks so good. So those are the stickers that I currently have on my computer. I do have some other ones that I want to put on here or like swap out for the season. I have like some little ghosts and some other like spooky things that I'll probably add on. But yes, right now, this is what my Surface Pro looks like. Alright guys, my reading sprint is done. It was so much fun. I think I only had one person participating, or at least one visible participant, but I had a lot of fun. I ended up reading 53 pages. I think I will be doing some Twitter sprints in the future for my anniversary readathon, so I'm very, very excited about it. So now, even though the sprints are over, I'm gonna keep reading because this book, you guys, is so, so good. I just love it. Hey guys, it is Thursday. I'm getting ready to do some work. Very exciting. I'm really hoping that I can get everything done today because I would like to have tomorrow and Saturday off. Here's to hoping it can all get done. I think it can, but we'll see. So really quickly, I wanted to just update you guys before I started my day. I did do a lot of reading last night of Nowhere But Here by Katie McGarry. I unfortunately did not pick up Storm, but I'm just really hooked on this and I want to finish this before book club and start writing questions and things. So I stopped at page 246, so I'm basically halfway. I'm like a page away from being technically at the 50% mark. As always, it is still amazing. It's almost as if I'm reading it for like almost the first time. It's very, very close because I just don't remember a lot of the small details. It's a really great reading experience, and I had plans to just read up to a certain point and then switch to Storm, but I was just loving this so much that I wanted to just read as much as possible, so I read it until I couldn't keep my eyes open any longer, and I don't regret it. So I'm hoping today I can either finish this or get very, very close to finishing it, and then this weekend I can devote to Storm and hopefully Midnight Sun, but we'll see. Alright guys, I'm on my lunch break. It's looking like maybe I can get everything done. I don't know. I have 3 hours left of work and I haven't even started on the project that has to get done today in order for me to be able to take tomorrow off and just work on Sunday. So it's not a big project, but it just depends on how long all the little details take. So I'm gonna try to get it done. We will see. I will update you guys at the end of the day. But right now, I'm going to eat some lunch and do some reading. Hello. I am just about done with work. I'm waiting for my project that I was worried about I wouldn't get done today to finish uploading. But it's complete. It was a lot less time consuming than I thought. It took, I think I had like an hour left of work when I got done. Well, when I thought I was done. So I was tasked with creating a tutorial video, which I've been doing all summer, making all kinds of different tutorial videos for the library. So I was tasked with another one, and the last piece was to just find some background music to go to it, and I found it, and of course, any copyright-free music, or basically any music that you can download and use, is through SoundCloud, which is through the Artist Union. And with their website, it either works fantastically or it's nothing but problems and glitches and just won't work until it does. So I spent like 30 minutes trying to download a freaking song, and I decided to just go ahead and reuse a song that I used for a different tutorial because I don't have time for this. It's asinine. So that's finally done. I'm waiting for it to upload so I can send it to my boss and schedule it to our Facebook and call it a day. Now, did I read during my lunch break like I told you I would? No. I decided to play a game on my phone. But now that I'm done with work, I will be doing some reading to decompress. So, I'm actually gonna go read now. Good morning, guys. It is Friday, my first day off in quite some time. It felt so nice to sleep in today. I'm so excited about it. But let's talk about some reading. Last night I did finish Nowhere But Here. Gave it 5 out of 5 stars, just like the first time I read it. It was amazing. It felt like I was reading it for the first time. This was fantastic. I love Katie McGarry so much. She is definitely somebody who I auto-buy, auto-read. I have yet to find a book by her that is not good. I'm definitely planning on rereading Pushing the Limits very, very soon, which was, I don't know if it was her first book published, but it was the first book that I ever read by her. And I just love that book more than I can even talk about. But I never continued on with the series. I'm pretty sure I own most, if not all of the books, either in physical or ebook form. And I just never went on. I think a lot of time had passed since the first book and I wanted to reread it to remember who all the characters are, because Pushing the Limit series works the same as her newer one, Nowhere But Here, where each book is alternating points of view and each book follows different characters in that world. That is my favorite book structure and my favorite series structure ever. I do love a traditional series that, you know, just follows the same characters as they go, but there's something about getting your side characters to be main characters that just, it kills me every time. So that is now complete, and that means I now get to go back to Storm by Brigid Kemmerer. I cannot wait to get back into this, you guys. I thought that I read a lot more of this the other night, and it turns out I only read 40 pages, which is fine, because I'm super excited to get back into this. I can't wait to know more. I just can't wait. Today I'm going to be listening to that while hopefully finishing up the pencil drawing of my bullet journal, and then I need to film me actually creating it. Oh, am I ahead of the game and I'm talking about September's? No, we're talking about August. Is there only like a week and a half left of August? There sure is, but today is Monday. Yes, I have not updated you guys in a couple of days, and now it's time to wrap up this vlog. So on Saturday, I ended up spending most of my day. I think I got home at about maybe 6 o'clock, but I spent the day with some of mine and my husband's friends, and we went kayaking, and it was seriously the best. I am somebody who does really well in sunlight and outdoors. Like, I really thrive being outside, not for extended periods of time. I do have this very, very pale complexion that burns very, very easily, but being near the sunlight, like, I like working by windows and things like that. I'm a very sunlight driven person, probably because I am so pale. But I had such a great time. It was so relaxing, and I felt like it was exactly what my husband and I needed. Just like get out and go into nature and just unplug from everything. It was so fantastic. All day yesterday, I felt like crap and I had to work. So I did not update you guys at all. However, reading still happened on both of those days. So let's go ahead and talk about everything I read this week and wrap it all up. So in total, I read 1,111 pages, 1111. That is pretty funny how that worked out, but that's really, really exciting. I feel like when I try to read at least something at least every single day, I end up reading 1,000 pages in a week. So try it out, guys. So now let's talk about the book. So the first book that I started and finished this week was A Very Large Expanse of Sea by Tahereh Mafi. This was fantastic. I'm giving it 5 out of 5 stars. I think this is a great book for book club. I wish that this could have been my official book for my book club, but it had to be my bonus book because we don't have the audio and ebook available for my patrons since we can't meet in person and give them physical books. This would have been great because it has a lot of things to discuss. I ended up doing a lot of self-reflecting, and I just think this book was absolutely amazing. Next, I picked up Nowhere But Here by Katie McGarry. This was my official book club book, and this was a reread for me, but just like the first time, I gave it 5 out of 5 stars. I loved this book so much. My book club members so far have all loved it as well. There are a couple members I still need to hear from, but so far the consensus is that this is an amazing book and a lot of people are going to continue on with the series. I don't think I'm going to reread the series. I think I want to focus on her Pushing the Limits series because I never ended up reading the rest of those books. So that's the plan I'm going to go. But it's amazing. If you haven't read it, please do so. So good. And last but not least, I technically finished this book today on Monday, so it wasn't finished during the readathon, but it's done now and I can give you a rating. So I did finish Storm by Bridget Kemmerer. I ended up giving this book 4 out of 5 stars. I really enjoyed it, and it definitely was the perfect book for me to read. I do have plans on continuing on with the series, but I feel like the ending was a bit, maybe I guess like a bit rushed and not really thought through. I feel like everything kind of took its time and had a very even pace, and then the ending happens very quickly with like no explanation and just kind of is over. It ends, and it ends on a cliffhanger for the next book. I ended up giving it 4 out of 5 stars. I still think it's really good, and I will continue on with the series. Alright guys, that is everything that I read for the Bout of Books readathon. I hope that you guys participated as well and had a lot of fun. I know that I did. I really loved hosting my reading sprint. This was fantastic. I love Bout of Books. If you guys want to participate, there is another one coming up in January, so definitely be sure to subscribe to their newsletter to get the information. Follow them on Instagram, Twitter, everything. Don't forget, if you enjoyed this video, to please give it a thumbs up. If you loved it and you want to see more bookish content from me, please hit subscribe. And if you want to be notified as soon as my videos go live here on YouTube, hit the notification bell. I'll see you in my next one. Bye!